Yo, what is up guys? Grim here. So I haven't made a video in a while. It's been a few days now, but that's just because I've been working really hard on my website. So basically what today's video is going to be about is just a little bit of an update on kind of what I'm doing when I'm making my money. Because I have kind of changed my strategy just a little bit. I'm not just like purely farming kind of like the same thing anymore. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. So basically what I'm doing now is kind of trying to play the system a little bit. Basically, everyone is farming shaped vault with all the sextants on there, and if they're not farming shaped vault, they're just farming normal vault, or they're doing something else a little bit outside the box, like farming shaped channel or something else. But mainly, it's everyone's farming vault. Everyone's buying the hell out of the yellow sextants and burning them like no tomorrow. Like it's like a bonfire. Just throw more yellow sextants on there, make that thing bigger. So there's no way you're really going to be able to buy yellow sextants and make your money back on them unless you're farming Vault. Just purely from the fact that Vault only gives you that back because it has the divination cards. I don't like Vault, don't really like indoor maps, and I don't really like the boss in there at all. It's just, I don't know, it's just not my style, guys, so I don't like Vault. So basically, my strategy is a little bit different. I'm kind of feeding the machine a little bit. So basically what I do is I farm tier 11s, 12s, and 13s, and I've shaped up Vault for my T14. T15 is largely irrelevant now. You don't really have to worry too much about that. So basically what I do, I grab my tier 11, which is still a toll. I still am going to use those two white sextants on there. I'm still chiseling a toll. I still think it's fantastic, and I still really like the divination cards. Just from today, I got 2 or 3 wins. I've just been playing a little bit, and 1 spark in the flame, so that's probably like a few results there. That's pretty cool. So that's my tier 11 still great. You're still going to be getting all the normal stuff that we normally do, but we're not using the yellows anymore. Like because if you were to use my kind of rule of thumb, if you want to use sextants, you usually take the amount that you require and double it. That's going to be 6 yellows there. That's already a ton of currency. I think they're still around 6 chaos each. So that's 18, 36 chaos just to sextant up 3 maps. It's not going to be worth it. You're not going to make money back on that. So no more yellows, just whites, and you're normally going to hit them pretty much every time. Let's put some on there now, see what we get. Poisonous monsters, yeah, see, we hit that there, nice and easy. That's what, 4 chaos over 3 maps because whites are 2C. So toll's really good, still really like that. Still fantastic, you're still going to make lots of money in that. So for my T12, Dunes is still really good. Dunes is really fast. You can just plow through them 50 seconds, 1 minute. If you're a little bit slower, 2 minutes. Still really great. And it's just kind of one of those Alch and Go maps. At the moment on PoE trade, if you kind of discount the alchemy apocalypse that's going on PoE trade, we can see that they're extremely cheap. 4 alchs there, chisels here, but generally what you're going to be buying them for is chaos. They're worth about 3 chaos each. So the way it works is when you're running the strategy that I'm running now is you're never actually going to be able to run out of maps. It's just not possible. You might not be making money, but you certainly won't be losing money or running out of maps, just because any money that you do make, you can just buy like another map for 3 chaos. There's no way you're not going to make 3 chaos in a map. So the map is at least going to replace itself if you get no other map drop, even. Like, that's really unlucky, but it's going to, like, what I'm kind of saying here is you're going to be able to sustain this indefinitely until you get lucky, and then when you do, then you're going to make the money. So Dunes is really cheap. If you run out of maps, just buy like 20 more. 20 more is nothing, that's 60C. That's super easy to get a hold of. Just do a few maps. That's like 3 yellow sextants. If you were running vaults, you're going to be using way more than that on there. So you can kind of buy a lot of maps kind of for that yellow sextant price. So that's kind of why it's not worth to use yellows, but it's just worth to buy another map kind of thing. So yeah, I'm running Dunes. It's not particularly profitable, but the reason we're running it is to grab our T13, which is really profitable. And the reason we're doing just T11, 12, and 13 is obviously because we have Vault over here. And we're going to get to explaining that really quick now. So you'll notice that my Elder and Shaper influence is parked right over here. I've anchored the kind of war for the Atlas over here. And we're going to have a ping pong effect on Infested Valley, which is my T13. So one of the biggest reasons people are running Vault is for item level 80 plus Elder and Shaper bases. Those sell for a lot, not as much as they used to anymore because a lot of people are getting them from Vault and stuff like that. But we're talking like Platinum Chris's, Harbinger Bows, Vol Regalias. They'll all sell for an Exalt each if you get an 80 plus. I think the Platinum Chris is the main one that I sell. I sell quite a few of those for an Exalt each. Those are really fantastic. You get a lot from Infested Valley because it's a level 80 map, and level 80 map equals level 80 item level drops. So you want to park your thing on your T13, but if you're doing Vault, obviously park it on the T14. And when you're farming the hell out of that, you're going to get an extra kind of Exalt drop every now and then, depending on the bases you get. That's really good. So, I kind of wanted to explain Infested Valley, why it's so good, and kind of the general idea behind it. So, to start off with, you're going to be getting a ton of these from Dunes. One every 2 or 3 maps, maybe more frequently. If you're unlucky, maybe less. But, you know, RNG, you know what are you going to do? So, you're going to be able to get access to them really easily. Dunes are extremely cheap to buy. So you can buy Dunes for 3 chaos each. Those are going to get you Infested Valleys. So it's kind of really accessible already, and you're never going to be able to run out of this kind of loop. You can just keep doing them infinitely, and you can almost even exclude a toll if you don't like it anymore or you don't want to run it. But I still like running it. I think it's pretty profitable. So you got a toll, really easy to get to. You're going to be getting a lot of them off your Dunes. Dunes, really easy to buy in bulk. Lots of people sell heaps of them, and those will drop you your Infested Valleys, which you're going to park your Elder and Shaper on, which is going to give you those Elder and Shaper bases with an Exalt each for the good ones, which is really good. So that's a lot of money there. All the time, you're not using yellow sextants. So every yellow sextant that drops, 6 chaos. In the bank, cha-ching. So that's really good money. Obviously, people are going to have different drop rates on these things. I get one every 1 or 2, maybe 3 maps if you're really unlucky. We're also not using any red sextants, so you can sell all of those. Another 6 chaos at the time of this filming. So you got 6 chaos from yellows, 6 chaos from reds. That's dropping over all 3 of the maps you're farming. On your T13, you're getting some rare drops of Shaped and Elder bases, which are good. Exalt each. Depending on the ones you get, obviously. Some are worth like 4 chaos, some are worth an Exalt, obviously. Yeah, you know what I mean? But those are really good. In addition to that, so because we don't have a T14 and we're not on the Vault hype train, we can sell all of our Vaults that we drop from T13s. And again, they drop every 1 to 3 maps, you know. If you're really unlucky, 1 every 5 maps, kind of thing. Like, it's just RNG. I've gotten 3 Vaults in a map. I think I've even gotten 5 Infested Valleys in a Dunes before. So it's really just RNG, guys. If you get unlucky, just keep doing more. Keep buying Dunes, keep going through the process. You'll get rich eventually. So yeah, we got those Vaults that drop as well now, on top of the Sextants, on top of the rare bases on there in Infested Valley. We have the Vault drops. Those are worth 13 chaos each. It's kind of ridiculous. People buy these all day. Just today I've played a couple hours, and we have some Vaults stashed up here. I got 12 Vaults just from a few hours today. I've been working on the website most of the day, but I just hopped on, did a few Infested Valleys, and this is kind of what I got. So just right there, that's 12 Vaults. That's 150 chaos worth of Vault. That's a lot of Vault. A lot of chaos, so you know what I mean? So we're going to get a lot of money from that. Massive amounts of returns from those. Just to clarify, so we did chisel up a toll. We're not chiseling up Dunes, and we are going to chisel Infested Valley. The kind of rule of thumb with chisels, I see a lot of people asking me, like, what do I chisel? If you are after a specific item in that map, whether it be a map or a divination card or just anything in general, you want to throw chisels on it. If you're not, you're just doing it because you want returns just in general, like Dunes, you just run it out and go. Don't chisel it. Chisels kind of are really pretty expensive right now. You're going to be running about 2 casts a map to chisel it up. So doing it on Dunes, you're kind of increasing the amount of money you're throwing at the Dunes for no real extra gains. You're not getting any more divination cards from it or anything like that. You'd rather use those chisels on Infested Valleys for more drops there. So yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of my theory going on. If you compare it to Vault, we're still getting the bases. Granted, we're not getting any possible 85s. 85s are worth a lot of money right now, so item at level 85 is what I'm talking about. But we're still getting good bases. Still getting bases with multiple Exalts sometimes, or just an Exalt, which is good, which is what you're getting from Vault. Sorry, Vault anyway, yeah. And then we're also getting all the Sextant drops, which Vault doesn't get access to. It uses all those Sextant drops itself, so it doesn't get to sell those, whereas we do. And on top of that, we're also getting Vault maps. Vault, you can over-sustain it, but generally, I've heard a lot of people running it pretty thin. Sometimes they have to buy the maps. Obviously, that's the case because people buy a lot of the Vaults off me. So, Vault players not only have to sustain their maps. They also have to sometimes buy them, so that's another negative in the column of vault. But we're getting the vault maps and selling them to those players. So we're making money on sextants. We're still making the same money on the bases, and we're actually making money on map drops as well, which the vault players won't be making. They'll be buying them off us. So those are the three big winners. And the kind of pluses are that we're not actually using any sextants. So we're not using that 70C worth of sextants every single 3 maps. I'm not running Zana Breach either. You can, although I don't really think it's worth it. It slows you down a lot, and I like to have that fast kind of gameplay. The thing with Zana Breach is you're never going to lose money on it really, but whether it's worth your time is really the kind of question. Because obviously breaches take quite a while to do. And if you get a Tull breach, you're just kind of like, oh, Tull, you're not going to be making your money there. So basically, the kind of point of this video is, at the moment, what I'm doing. Tier 11, a Tull, chisel it. That's really good. Next tier, 12, Dunes. Just run these as fast as possible. Skip the boss, doesn't matter. All you're trying to do is extract as many infested valleys out of your tier 12 pool as possible. Then, move on to the infested valleys. Chisel them up. Alch them up. You don't need to corrupt them or anything. Get your Elder and Shaper influence over here. There'll be a video coming out at some point, how to kind of completely control this influence kind of battle thing here. I've figured it out completely. I know exactly how to move it step by step, any direction you want. So there will be a video about that coming up. But basically you want to park them pretty much next to Infested Valley, or even on Infested Valley if you're okay with just Elder influence. Then, Infested Valley, you're getting those bases, you're getting those Sextants drops still, and you're getting Vault drops, which you will sell all day long at 13C. Even if the price drops, still 11C. Okay, so that's kind of my strategy for now. And if it goes terribly wrong, you've got no maps left, you bought 30, you got 0. Do not worry, just check how much you've made. It should have been at least 60 or 70C from that amount of maps. I honestly make 50C per 10. No joke, like just in the amount of money I make. So you're going to take that money, you're going to reinvest it back into Dunes. You're going to run those Dunes, and eventually you will come out on top of RNG. That's just how it works. It might take 100 maps, it might take 2 maps, but a lot of my viewers message me in game. A lot of you guys message me in game, sorry, and you're like, oh, I finally got an Exalt drop, it was all worth it, I got 2 Exalts today, kind of stuff like that. You will eventually make the money, guys. I've been making a lot of money at this kind of strategy, it's been really great for me. Will it be as fast as Vault? No. Will it be as risky? Hell no, it won't be risky at all. You're not going to be taking a trip to the casino, guys, you're going to be that nice, consistent income. Having said that, this is probably the most perfect play style if you like solo play, because you don't need a group to do it. You just throw a map in and you're off to the races. You don't need to kind of worry about having just enough Magic Find to do it like you do in Vault, because if you're not running a lot of Magic Find Vault, you're kind of screwing yourself out a lot of gains, and you can sometimes lose money. So it's really fantastic for that, and it's just really, you get a bit of variety in there as well. You got a Tull, you have 3 different maps to play. Play whichever one you want. Infested Valley is where it's at for the money though. Sell those vaults, sell those bases. You're going to be golden. Stay tuned for the website, guys. It's almost done. It's so close. It's been painstaking to do, but I think it's going to be all worth it. I think you guys are going to love it. And there will be a video coming up about that. And after the website is out, we'll be able to kind of resume our daily kind of video, bi-daily kind of thing. Kind of a general schedule, and we're going to be crushing it in terms of adding features to the site as well. We're going to try and add a new one every week if we can, and I think it's going to be really fantastic for the PoE community. So sorry again, I haven't been checking in as much as I used to. It's going to go back to normal real soon. You're going to get a ton of content, and you're going to have a sick website to use as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the support and comments and just everything you guys are doing for me. Don't think that I don't appreciate it, because I read all the comments and it's fantastic. I love it. And I'm just so excited to give back to you guys kind of what you've given to me. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.